NFL's most brutal tackles. Brace yourself for pain. In a roundtable discussion last year, Tom Brady told fans about the most brutal tackle he had ever received in his 20-plus years in the NFL. And the tackle was vicious, no cap. I mean, literally. Oof! Nate Clements, you wicked beast. Imagine what it takes to remove someone's helmet with a hit. But brace yourselves, guys, because today we'll be looking at even more brutal NFL tackles. And first off is one hit that really messed up a player's head, as well as his hands. Number 20, a whole new meaning to takeout. Tua Tagovailoa is a 227-pound athletic man who can always carry his weight, except in certain cases. Damn, it seemed like he was saying F you in a very weird and scary way. But at number 19 is basically a takedown before a touchdown. Number 19, takedown before a touchdown. Normally, a defender is the one who tries to tackle an opponent who has the ball. But here is one of those few exceptions where a player totally flips the script. Here is yours truly, Falcons' Cordarrelle Patterson. Woo! You know, it's crazy when you have an NFL announcer scream, "Oh my gosh!"
Oh my gosh!
But at number 18, a player turns himself into a submarine. Number 18, submarine-style takedown. You know the saying, kill two birds with one stone? Well, here's the NFL version. An eagle to drop two men. And the takedown you're about to see is uncourtesy of Marcus Epps when he was still with the Eagles. Yeah, you can call that the submarine takedown, but what we have next is a tackle so bad that a man's face got fractured. Number 17, Eric Smith breaks Anquan Boldin's face. And here is one hit that defines brutality in the NFL. Yeah, you know the helmet-to-helmet collision that reverberates so hard you're certain that someone's bone is broken only for them to get right back up? Not this time. In fact, both players took a moment to collect themselves. Now this tackle was so bad that Boldin endured not one, not two, but multiple facial fractures. But then, the man returned to the field just a few weeks later. And that's one of the reasons why they say today's NFL players are soft. But listen, you will have to think twice about that after seeing our number 16 tackle. Number 16, Montgomery slammed to the ground. We all agree that the NFL and wrestling are different sports, but sometimes you see things that blur the lines. This is one of those things. Jeez, dude lifted the player like a sack of potatoes. That's just wild. But in case you're still not convinced that the NFL is still as hard as it's ever been, our number 15 hit should do the job. Number 15, a bullet and a hammer. You see, during a game between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills, Mike White had to make a hasty exit from the field courtesy of some bone-rattling hits. But two hits in particular probably did the most damage. The first was a bullet from Ed Oliver. Yeah, that one kept him down for a while and even forced him to temporarily hand the reins to backup Joe Flacco. But refusing to quit, White came back again, which probably made Matt Milano think, if a bullet can't kill him, maybe a hammer will. This time, even the fearless Bills Mafia felt the chill. Milano came to White's midsection and had his body messed up. So messed up that they had to take White to the medical tent to examine him. But even more crazy than the hit is the fact that White made an astonishing comeback early in the fourth quarter. Talk about resilience. So yeah, the NFL is still tough, but here's the dessert. The NFL can be dangerous even to non-players. Number 14, nobody's safe. Yeah, in the NFL, anybody can get it at any time, like this one here. Or a great coach like Sean McVay. Or a photographer. In case you were wondering, nothing serious happened to that photographer after that. But he sure as hell got smoked. And so was the man in a suit during a match between the Green Bay Packers and the New York Jets. Yeah, damn. Anywhere close to the field should be labeled as a risk zone, because anything can happen at any time. I mean, there was that one time when the very worst almost happened, to an old-time crew member too. Number 13, old but solid. The man in question here is 80-year-old Thomas Stone, the Bengals sideline sentinel who'd been at the job for half a century. The hit happened in a match between the Bengals and the Falcons, and let's just say it wasn't pretty. Oh man, things could have easily gone sideways. But with a quick patch-up job, he was back in the game for the second half. Man's not called Stone for nothing. Here he is speaking about the incident.
It took me out, so it's part of the game. It's just part of the problems you have. So
Pop's got it right, guys. It's all part of the game. And so is a smackdown every now and then. Number 12, Kelsey gets smacked down raw. Travis Kelce is a superstar, a Super Bowl winning tight end who weighs 250 pounds, but when you're on the field, none of that matters to a defender who's hungry for whom to devour. Damn, that looks just disrespectful. But number 11 is one of the most vicious tackles from a man who was literally accused of murdering 2 men. Number 11, brutal block. Ray Lewis is one man whose retirement probably makes players feel a little less afraid when running down the middle. This man was a beast on the field, and in a 2002 game between the Broncos and the Ravens, he cleared 235-pound linebacker Keith Burns. Oh boy, talk about running into a wall. But next is a case of running with the Rams. Number 10, Grim Reaper Campbell. This one happened way back in 1978, but then you have to understand that Earl Campbell was such an absolute monster, we just couldn't leave him out of this list. In a game against the LA Rams, the man used his head as a battering ram and had the announcers screaming like they were the ones on the field. Wow, what a menace! But listen, number 9 is one mind-blowing head game, like literally. Number 9, Mind Blower. There isn't really much to say about this incident because the entire incident speaks for itself, so just check out this mess. That hit was so brutally mind-blowing that Chad's mind went blank. Indeed, during the post-game interview, dude started talking about Joe Biden and stuff.
I can't remember. How did Biden do, guys?
That's a testament to how crazy Russell's head game was. Anyway, at number 8 was a hard hit so bad, people thought the player had died. Like, died, for real. Number 8, Concrete Charlie, for a reason. It all happened in a 1960 NFC Championship game between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants, and what's more, it's among the NFL's 100 greatest plays. Chuck Bednarik shows people why he was nicknamed Concrete Charlie. And as for Frank Gifford, who actually did his best to get away from Chuck, well, he didn't die. Look, Gifford had to be stretched all the way to the hospital before he was revived. That's how bad it was. But in the next play, the victim said he thought he was going to die. Number 7, Montana is down and out. You know the pain is through the roof when a player says he thought he was going to die. Here's what happened. Like, the impact that Montana suffered was so devastating. A bruised sternum, a battered stomach, cracked ribs, and even a broken hand. Jeez. Yeah, number 6 gets worse as Reggie Bush got laid out, literally. Number 6, Brown laying out Reggie. Man, you just gotta see this for yourself. Speaking about that hit, one person said, Sheldon Brown knocked the Kardashian out of Reggie Bush. And how would you know that that's about right? Seeing Bush try to take it like a man, only for him to slump to the ground and start crawling, damn. Alright, just before we get into the top 5, let's run through some honorable mentions. But before we see those hits, you can as well do a hit yourself, you know? Start with the subscribe button, the like, and the notification bell so you don't miss out on the fun. All done? Great. Let's get back into it. Honorable mentions. Carmichael smoked. Here is Dennis Thurman smoking Harold Carmichael. This is probably the hit that taught receivers to look both ways before making a catch. Nasty. Taylor trucking. How about when Sean Taylor trucked Brian Moorman, who seemed to have forgotten he was a punter? Blame it on Iron Mike. Here's another incident that blurs the lines between football and boxing. Remember when Mike Tyson bit off someone's ear? Well, here's the NFL version. Dangerous Jack. And last but not least on our honorable mentions list is Jack Tatum, trying to murder people as he always does. No doubt, Jack Tatum was dangerous, but he wasn't called Dangerous Jack, he was called the Assassin. And number 5 is when he did kill someone, in a matter of speaking. Number 5. Jack Tatum ends Darryl Stingley's career. Jack Tatum's hit on Darryl Stingley remains a somber chapter in NFL history. And its message is simple. Players like Jack Tatum should be avoided at all costs. If you don't, it can cost you your career and turn you into a quadriplegic. When people started calling for Tatum to at least apologize, he never insisted that it was a clean hit, which unfortunately led to heartbreaking consequences. Now, that's just cold. But on the bright side, Stingley was fortunate to have built up a friendship with Gene Upshaw, who helped him get the benefits for disabled NFL players. Anyway, at number 4 is one heck of a graphic situation. Number 4, Nyheim Hines' legs shaking. It all happened in a game between the Colts and the Broncos. Hines had just received the ball when he got sandwiched to the ground. At first, it probably didn't seem like something so serious, but man, just take a look for yourself. Man, that's every bit as scary as you can imagine. Because just a little more force, and we might be dealing with a Stingley kind of situation there. But then at number 3 is one hit that proved Dunta Robinson had a dangerous head game. Number 3. Dunta Robinson's hit on Deshaun Jackson. Here's one of those hits that makes you hold your chest as if you're scared that it'll cave in. And trust me, when Dunta committed this atrocity, we all thought Deshaun Jackson's chest would do the same. Just look at this mess. Damn, Jackson looked like a rag doll there. But you know it's real when both players remained concussed and sprawled on the field for several harrowing minutes. But that's nothing compared to a hit that almost led to a player's leg getting amputated. Number 2. Broken leg. You might want to re-brace yourself for pain before watching this because Napoleon McCallum's leg got contorted in a gruesome way. You see, this disaster happened in a 1994 game between the Oakland Raiders and the 49ers, and it's widely considered by many as the most brutal hit ever in the NFL. See for yourself. I don't think you need to be told that his career ended right there, and if it weren't for successful emergency surgery, his leg would have been the second loss. But this is only number 2. Could there be something worse? Well, what would you say to a hit that was so bad, the victim said he felt no pain? Number 1. Career-ending hit on Joe Theismann. So here it is. Lawrence Taylor ended Joe Theismann's career, and the video speaks to the brutality of the hit. With that, Theismann's career ended prematurely, but I think what's so crazy is Theismann saying he felt no pain. What does that even mean?